Hello, hello, hello! So this is a really interesting bit of news, ladies and gents. Apparently, Dune star Timothée Chalamet is basically a Warner Brothers favourite to play Terry McGinnis in a live-action Batman Beyond. Now, we've had rumours and rumblings of Batman Beyond getting a cartoon movie, getting a live-action adaptation, an HBO Max series, many a thing. I really like Batman Beyond, actually. I think it follows up probably one of the best iterations of Batman, which is Batman the Animated. I think that's hands down one of the best. It's incredible. And I think what Batman Beyond did, like, I was a big fan of Batman Beyond. I think it did good fan service whilst not being ham-fisted, I think is a good way of sort of putting it. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, there were some kind of revelations towards the end that not everyone liked, but on a whole, I really, really enjoyed it. And would I like to see a live-action Batman Beyond? Yes. Timothée Chalamet. Now, this is an interesting one. A lot of people, because he's in The King, isn't he? A lot of people don't rate him in Dune. They don't think he's going to be good in that. But he is a good actor. And you can't underestimate the power of a sort of boyish looking man that young women like, right? I think if this is true and Warner Brothers are looking to have this guy on board, this is good news, because it will create fans because of his star power outside of the fandom. And that's something you need to consider, is that for these things to continue, they have to earn money. And he's not a bad actor. So provided he gets the tone right, which actually Terry McGinnis has an awkward tone anyway. He has a bit of a Jack the Lad sort of tone. Subdued, but still a bit cocky here and there. And I think Timothée Chalamet could do that. He is a good actor anyway. So let's dive into it, shall we? This is quite old. It was released on November 19th, but I've been away making a film. Side note, if you still want to support it, the GoFundMe is linked down below. If you head on over, to the description box, you'll see the social media links for my production company, as well as my website. But you'll also find behind-the-scenes photos for my Lovecraft horror film that I shot across 4 days. It was a really intense shoot. But support the project. Anyway, let's have a look, shall we? This article is linked down below, ladies and gents. But a news scoop suggests that Timothée Chalamet, star of Denis Villeneuve's Dune and Netflix's The King, might be who Warner Brothers wants for the Batman of tomorrow. Hands up, any fans of Batman Beyond? Do we have any fans? Because I really like it. Like, it's got a special place in my heart. They made some good movies of it as well. I can't remember if it was called Return of the Joker, but I liked that movie as well. Anyway, according to Small Screen, Warner Brothers has stated that they want a Chalamet-type, meaning someone the same age, build, height, and also with similar acting styles as the 24-year-old actor. Now, that's slightly older than the teenage Terry McGinnis in the animated series, obviously, but the feeling is Chalamet's acting will get him over that hurdle. Now, the thing is, right, Terry McGinnis in the series plays like a college kid because he's still going to school, but he acts like a early 20s. He acts like he's early 20s. So I don't see what the issue is with Chalamet being a bit older than Terry McGinnis in the series itself. You don't have to get someone that is the exact same goddamn age. I'm so sick of people going, no, you have to be gay to play a gay guy. No, you have to be trans to play a trans guy. And no, you have to be the same age. Acting's there for a reason. You act, it's your job. And Chalamet can act younger, so I think that's fine. Now, the Small Screen report adds that Batman Beyond is being adapted as an HBO Max series, with their sources allegedly stating that Warner Brothers Pictures and HBO Max is on the search for an actor a bit like Timothée Chalamet for the role of Terry McGinnis. This would be for Batman Beyond, and they want someone like him, but they're not actively trying to cast Chalamet in the role. Now, that's where I think they're falling short, because Chalamet's good. Get him in the role. You're working with him well enough on Dune. Get him in the role. I don't see what who else would there be? Who else would there be? Now, there's conflicting reports, because Mickey Sutton, for Geekosity, says that while Chalamet is merely the studio's standard for the casting, his sources corroborate Chalamet is who they want for a Batman Beyond movie. Now, again, they're working with him already. He's got the jawline for a Terry McGinnis. Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, jaw's important, blah, blah, blah. He's got the jawline for it. He'd be good. I think he'd be really, really good. I think this is nothing but positive news. In a world full of poop at the moment, this is a positive spin. Or positive news, anyway. Though Sutton and Smallscreen disagree on a few details, both write-ups concur Chalamet is very sought after, and his rising star would ignite tremendous excitement in the project. And that goes back to what I was saying at the start, is that, look, young girls like him. It's not for me, like a middle-aged dude to care. But I like Batman Beyond. I want it to do well. I'm looking at the actors and I'm like, well, he's clearly a good actor. So if he gets cast, fine. But what's the future of the franchise look like? Well, he's going to get more fans, isn't he? He's going to create more fans. They can't just live off of the old fans. They have their money anyway. It's about getting new ones. And he would do that. But he's also a good enough actor to be good in the role enough to please fans of the original property. And that's where I think... That's my opinion anyway. So I think this is good news. The only complication is his schedule. Chalamet has 4 movies in some phase of production, with a few ready for release, including Dune, in which he plays the lead, Paul Atreides. Now that's everything. They're looking to do a sequel to that movie. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. That was originally sold... Denis Villeneuve only signed on if he, was able to make it the follow-up. That's basic. I think that is 100% confirmed now. I'm pretty certain that was released in an interview. Don't quote me on that though, but I'm pretty certain it was. So, because this is only the first Dune is only the first half of the book. It's a massive book. Now, Sutton also writes in a further contradiction of Smallscreen's report that while Batman Beyond was reportedly in development as an HBO Max show, AT&T is pushing for a theatrical release if Chalamet can be signed. Well, that would make sense. Of course it would. If he can be signed, why wouldn't they do a theatrical release? You're going to get more money that way. It makes perfect sense. And that's them as well, trying to diversify, not put all their eggs in one basket. HBO Max needs to make money, but you wouldn't just put things on HBO Max, would you? That's dumb. So if they can get him signed on board for a movie, yeah, of course you would. Now, this is not out of the realm of possibility, as the Warner Media parent company most likely sees franchise potential in the escapades of Terry McGinnis, particularly in the face of rumours that Michael Keaton is attached to Ezra Miller's upcoming Flash film as old Bruce Wayne, the mentor of the fledgling Batman. And that's the thing as well, there is some franchise potential here, and I think it could be really, really good. Of course I'm biased. I'm a fan of Batman Beyond. But if you're a fan of it, obviously you're going to see potential. If you're a fan of Batman, you're going to see potential in a franchise of Batman Beyond. Why wouldn't you? You'd have to have something really against the character and or the actor to not see potential. It has potential. It's a big name, Batman Beyond. And it would also, I'll tell you what, it would also get away... It would be a good opportunity for HBO and Warner Media to get away from the split fandom of The Batman and Batfleck, right? Because there's some split fandom there. Zack Snyder lovers, Matt Reeves lovers, and to get away from the split fandom, well, right, we'll just do Batman Beyond then. Makes sense. There's nothing but positivity about this news. Of course, it's rumour, but the latest Batman Beyond adaptation to have been either rumoured or announced in recent years, including an animated reboot in the vein of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which ultimately proved to be inaccurate speculation. I'd really like it, to be honest. I really, really would. It's a shame. I think it would be really, really decent. So, there you go. Would you want to see this? I think it'd be good. If you haven't seen him act, go look at him act, because a lot of people mindlessly hate on the dude for the first promo photo you saw of him in Dune, just saying he looked like a mopey emo. Well, Paul Atreides was supposed to be sad at that point in that photo. He is supposed to be sad. He's a, sort of a disassociated young man ripped from his homelands. But as an actor, he is actually good. So it'd be a shame if everyone just writ him off just because of that one image. Have a look at his acting, he's good. I think for Terry McGinnis, he'd be good as well. But if you have any other top picks, let me know that down below. What do you think? Good, bad news? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. This article was linked down below. But thanks so much. Take care.